All right, so today's the day. I think, I'm not sure, but Audi A4, maybe, I don't know, it's what I reserved. But yeah, I'm in Calgary today and I'm looking out the window here behind the camera. Looks like it's gonna be a good day, a little bit overcast, good for sheeting. That was the problem I had with my Mustang review, just the flashing lights through the mountains and it was just hard to watch, so hopefully we're gonna not do that today. It'll be much better. So yeah, getting pretty excited here. I am about 20 minutes, 30 minutes away from heading on over to the airport, picking up the car. Hopefully Audi A4, I'm looking forward to it. Never driven an Audi before. I've only been in one that I know of as a passenger. That was an A4 maybe 10 years ago, I don't know. But the only thing I remember from that car is it was just so solid and tight. If it's not an A4, who cares? It's all about the drive today. We're gonna go out to Banff, we're gonna go out to Lake Louise, drive through the mountains. Yeah, Calgary, beautiful place so far, so let's go. Smanchy. Check this out. It even smells new. Man, this is fancy. I'm guessing this is a 2016. 2016? I have no idea. I don't think this is a 2015. It's got 20,000 kilometers on it. This is pretty fancy. I like this. The steering wheel is just freaking awesome. Yeah, I'm digging this so far. Well, I've only had just 1 minute experience with it, but so far I like it. This is cool. Ooh, fancy.
Free internet for 1 year.
With 2 free months rent, I can't afford not to check out Legacy Place.
Volume. There we go. The plan for the day, I guess, is just to go out to Banff, maybe Lake Louise if traffic isn't so bad. Ooh, I don't know what this is. Ooh, nice. So, so let's do this. I'm gonna just try to get out of the airport and just head west. Head to the mountains and we'll see how it goes. I'll tell you all about this car and what I like about it and what I don't like about it. It's gonna be fun. Squeaky brakes. Nice handy little beep there. Here we go. Alright, touchy brakes. Exit this way. I'm not even out of the parking lot yet and I really like this car. Damn! This thing is quiet. Holy crap, it's quiet. I've got to get myself mentally out of mile mode and get myself into kilometer mode. Shift lever I think is a little bit too close to me. I want to reach out a little bit further. I mean, I want to put my hand here, but it's a little bit too close. Wow. Touchy accelerator. Throttle response is a little bit touchy.
In 300 meters, turn left onto Barlow Trail, northeast north.
Got it. Everything's metric. What is 22 degrees Celsius? What does that mean? What I'm gonna pull a Yui. I'm gonna go this way because I needed to go that way.
Continue on Barlow Trail, northeast north.
Yeah, the water bottle placement is a little bit unfortunate too. The drink holder, the cup holder. Because I want to put my hand here. This water bottle is in the way. This cup holder is too close. I'm not complaining though. This is nice. I'm liking this car a lot.
In 600 meters, turn right onto 96 Avenue Northeast.
See, the problem is I don't know what meters are. When she says 600 meters, is that this turn or the next one? Darn metric system. It's crazy, I tell you. Alright, so, well, you know the drill. I am going to drive for a little bit, then I'll come back and I'll let you know what I feel. But first impressions right out of the airport, I'm liking this. This is the first Audi I've ever driven, and it's solid. It's quiet, it's solid. Not a rattle on it, even though it's got 20,000 kilometers on it. This is cool. This is a very good first impression. It feels peppy. Throttle response is excellent. Brakes are very touchy and nice.
800 meters and use the right lane to take the Alberta 2 North ramp to Deerfoot Trail.
And overall, it seems very intuitive. I'm liking this. I really do. Will that change as the day goes on? Stay tuned. Cruising right along. It's about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes after my last video post update thing. Heading west on the Trans Canada 1 towards Banff. Out of Calgary Airport, Avis Rent-A-Car in this Audi A4. This thing is totally smooth. It's a great cruiser. The problem though is that it feels really fast. I haven't had the chance to do an acceleration run on it yet though, but it seems like it's peppy. I find myself going a lot faster than the flow of traffic, and this car just wants to go. And it's hard to stay back a little bit. And it's deceiving. It's deceivingly fast. I have no idea what's under the hood of this car yet. I don't know if it's 2015 or 2016, but still, it's good. It's comfortable. The seats are a little bit unsupportive, but you know I can deal with that. It's cool. So I'm going to take an exit right here. The sun is shining bright. I'm going to probably get some pics and do a little bathroom break. All right, acceleration run. That feels pretty lethargic. There's got to be a sport mode. We need to find sport mode because that acceleration was not good.
Continue on Township Road 250 for 1.5 kilometers.
So I discovered some sport modes in this car. It's not necessarily a sport mode. So if you select car down here on the menu, you get this menu here, and then you got these 4 different driving modes. The problem is I don't really know what they are. I think I was in comfort before when I just did that acceleration run. I'm gonna try, see, what is individual? Like set individual, like what does that mean? There are no options for that. Like when I select down here, press that, nothing. I don't know, let's give dynamic a try and merge back on the freeway and see where we go. All right, you ready for this?
Head southwest toward Trans-Canada Highway, Alberta 1 West. Continue on Alberta 1 West for 90 kilometers.
All right, I will say that I'm not really impressed with the acceleration in this car. I was expecting more. For some reason, I thought these things come with big engines. I don't know. I know nothing about the A4, so I was expecting more. I'm not getting it, so I don't know. But remember my last review, my Mustang EcoBoost, I thought that car was slow until I discovered the driving mode, and the car just came to life. It was like a completely different car. But I don't know, that driving mode, that dynamic driving mode just didn't really do much for the acceleration. So I don't know, I've got all day with this car, so I'll just continue to experiment and play with things, and I'll come back and I'll let you know. Alright, anyway, so I'm about maybe 30 minutes past my last update, and yeah, this car is confusing to me. I had a couple stops. I stopped for a bathroom break, and I stopped in a rest area for a little bit just to get some pictures and video. And I popped the hood just to see if I could figure out what engine is in this thing, and it doesn't even say on it. It's got this big plastic shroud all over it, and it says TSF5 or something. Nothing about it being a 4-cylinder or a V6, so to be honest, I don't even know. And whenever I put my foot into it, it doesn't feel strong, so I'm guessing maybe it's a 4-cylinder. I don't know, and it's just going through the different driver's modes, it's just confusing, so I really don't know. Alright, doing a little city driving here. If you call this a city, I have no idea where this is. And this A4 is just perfect. This is the perfect daily driver. It's small. It feels smaller than my Mustangs, surprisingly. I would have figured the A4 would be a little bit bigger. My only experience with an A4 was 10 years ago. A coworker of mine had one, and it was nice. But I remember it being kind of a small car, but then, you know how cars are just getting progressively larger and larger and larger. I figured by 2015, which by the way,
500 meters, turn right onto the ramp to Banff.
Which, by the way, this is a 2015. I looked it up. Cars are getting progressively bigger, and I would have figured the 2015 would be a much bigger car.
Turn right onto the ramp to Banff, then merge onto Trans-Canada
But
Highway.
it's not. It still maintained those small proportions, and it's a very nicely sized sedan. If I was going to buy a sedan, this would be exactly the size that I would want. I don't want a full-size sedan. I don't want a tiny sedan. I mean, this is perfect. It's comfortable, and it feels a little bit tight. Yes, I will admit that. It feels a little bit tight. However, it's the right kind of tight. It feels not sloppy and big. I mean, this is holy truck.
Continue on Alberta 1
Gotta
West
merge,
for
people.
16
Let's go.
kilometers.
It does great in all sorts of driving. Out here on the freeway, out there in the little city areas and the tight streets, it does well. It does really well. All right, here we are, the exit to Banff.
Use any lane to turn left onto Banff Avenue, Lake Minnewanka Scenic Drive.
I'm still getting used to these brakes. They're a little bit touchy. Okay, well, I figured I better wrap up my first impressions as I roll into Banff here. The 2015 Audi A4, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. So basically, it lived up to my expectations in terms of being that solid, carved out of one piece of metal feel. It just feels solid. I love that German quality. It just feels like a solid chunk of metal. It's awesome. But on the other hand, the power disappointed me quite a bit. This car doesn't have the big engine, whatever that is. It's got one of the lower model engines or lower the base engines. I have no idea. It's not the diesel. It's the gas engine. But it just doesn't. It's just not what an A4 should have. Comfort-wise, it feels good. The seats are a little bit flat, a little bit soft. This leather is really nice. It's stinky, but in a good way. I guess this is it. This is Banff. Now I can say I've been here. So this A4 made it up to Banff without any issues. Very comfortable cruiser. It was great on the highway. It's great just cruising around at low speeds like this. I really did like it. It's definitely a car I would consider buying. If I was going to get a sports sedan, sorry, I would definitely consider this one over the BMW. The BMW 3 Series it's nice, but it seems like a bigger car to me, though it did seem faster. At least the turbocharged four-cylinder that I drove a couple years ago, it seemed a lot more powerful than this, whatever this is. It's a four-cylinder, I think, but it just, I don't know. I think if I got the A4, I would have to get the biggest engine possible. It's just the way I got to do it. And these minor little things like the transmission lever being too far back, I can live with that. The seats being a little bit too flat, I can live with that. I'm sure there's sport seats you can get. This, it's an Audi, it's an A4. I'm sure you could spend a lot of money on this car, getting it exactly the way you want it, getting it as sporty as you want it. And that's the way I'd have to do it. It was an excellent drive up into the mountains in the Audi A4. Appreciate that Audi. Very nice. And I'm looking forward to the drive back. Actually, I'm looking forward to the drive out to Lake Louise, driving around a little bit, and then the drive back. It's been a good day of driving so far, even though it's not quite half over. Good, comfortable car. I like it. That gear shift lever.